Good evening and welcome back to the channel, Gary's Movie Aquarium. Today's going to be a wild eye review for the movie Feeders 3, The Final Meal. It's very much in the vein of like your critters and just about any monster from space kind of thing uh, in this movie series. Supposedly this is the last in the series for this particular set of characters. Um, the long-awaited sequel to the Polonia brothers' smash hit Feeders series. This third one is 23 years have passed since the last feeding. Now they've returned to Earth for the final meal. A group of UFO researchers and some local townspeople must fight back before the aliens' master plan for the planet is set into motion. You might know Mark Polonia, the director for this. He did such things as Sharkenstein, Amityville in Space, Jurassic Shark 2. And they have their own entertainment company called the Polonia Brothers Entertainment Group. This currently gets a 5.1 on IMDb. And the production began on September 30th, which just happened to be the birthday of John and Mark Polonia. It stars Mitchell Cardone, Ashley Swanson, Rand Allen Sabatini. And like I said, it kind of implies that it's the end, but it really doesn't phase out that way because they kind of go up with a question mark at the end. The box office budget on this film is about $10,000, which Mark Polonia did an amazing job at bringing this in under $10,000 or around $10,000. I've never actually seen Feeders 1 or I hadn't seen Feeders 1 or 2 until just the other night. I hadn't seen 2. I still haven't seen 2, but I did see part 1, and part 1 was a really fun movie. Throughout this film, they flash back to the first one and the second one, which the second one takes place at Christmas time. Some pretty neat, flashbacks. I don't know what went on in 2, as I say. This film was filmed in Pennsylvania in the towns of Wellsboro and Mansfield. And in the movie itself, it mentions Wellsboro in this as well. You can currently find Feeders 1 and 2. They currently air on Tubi. So if you're not up to verse on this part 3, you can go back and watch 1 and 2. I plan on watching 2. Maybe put it off for Christmas just because it is a Christmas themed sequel. And pretty much this whole movie was just basically playing on what happened in the events of the first couple. And they did a really amazing job with the amount of money they put into this. The music too was done by Greg Stanina. I'm not sure if Greg has done other films, but he too did this. And as I say, I got a 5.1 on IMDb. You could currently catch Feeders 3 also on Amazon Prime, Google Play, and YouTube and Vudu. So get out there, search this movie. It's a really fun watch. Very, very good movie to watch on a rainy day like it is right now. I popped it in. It flew by. A lot. It's a little bit more tongue in cheek than say the first one. Just because I think it kind of like spoofs itself a little bit in here, and they pull it off really good. About halfway in, there's an intermission, which is pretty cool. Kind of shows that Mark Polonia here has a deep love for the art of filmmaking. I recommend this movie. I actually recommend 2/3 of the series only because I haven't seen part 2. But I highly recommend both of these movies. They'd be perfect viewing at, say, Halloween time, especially because they have that invasion factor going for it, kind of like Mars Attacks, War of the Worlds, that kind of thing. They kind of did something a little different this time around with the aliens. They had them giggling. I don't remember that ever being a thing in part one. But like I said, had a lot of good things going on in this film. I'm sure it's not going to be for everybody. You have to be a big fan of Wildeye, probably to dig this movie 100%. But it's a very fast paced movie, and before I knew it, it was over and the credits were rolling. And like I said, it hinted at a part four, and I don't know if our good friend Mark Polonia plans on making a new trilogy. There was a part in there at one point they hinted that there might be a sequel. But anyway, take care, everybody. Be sure to look for Feeders 3 all over the internet. You can find it just about everywhere, I'm sure. Check out eBay. It's, all of those places. I'm sure have it for a reasonable price. Or just hit up our good friends at Wildeyereleasing and .com and hit up their library and see what they have. Have a good night, everybody. See you later. Bye.